All right. So, guy says, how can I build muscle and be healthy? Like, how do I build muscle without hurting my health or without having to take steroids and things of that nature? Okay, fair question. So let's look at this. Can I build muscle and be healthy without steroids? Yes, you absolutely can. That is possible. Now, first thing that we need to look at for building muscle is how to work out. You work 2 muscle groups a day to exhaustion, 5 days a week, 6 to 10 reps, 4 sets. This is your basic standard for building muscle. That means you do bis and tris one day, chest and shoulders one day, back and traps one day, legs and calves one day, and then you want to start the process over. You want to do this 5 days a week. You take a day or two off and start again. You need that time to recover those 2 days, but not more than two. Now, the foundation is going to be built over a 6 month to 2 year period. You will hit a plateau in 6 months to 2 years, but that first 6 months to 2 years builds a hell of a foundation. And that 6 months or 2 years depends on your age and your hormone levels. Now, what else can we do to keep optimal health for as long as possible? Number one is hydration. All right. Think of the body as a flowing stream, right? You've got this stream that's flowing, and there's water flowing through it. Now, we put toxins in there, like, let's say, food. So you got bits of food in this stream. Now, what if you replace, and as long as the stream's flowing, toxins go through, food goes through, right? But what if you replace the water with Coca Cola? Now remember, this is a 98-degree stream with chewed up food in it. You got to keep things flowing, because if the stream ever gets stagnant and becomes a pond with 98-degree food in it, it's going to get putrid, build toxins, and give you disorders that lead to dis-ease, or you actually have a dis-ease and result in a disorder of things until you die. So we want to keep the stream flowing with lots of H2O. Next thing, when this stream enters the body, there's this thing called a liver, right? The liver is like a sponge, and the stream has to flow through the liver with all that food, and anything you take or swallow orally has to go through there, and the liver filters out the bad stuff and only allows the good stuff to enter the closed system of the bloodstream. How much water would you have to pour over a sponge to get a meal through it? This is why you chew your food thoroughly. Okay, that's really important. And this is why you drink the water, because it takes a bunch of water to clean that filter. Now, this is where the next thing comes in, which is fasting. Every now and then, you need to go without food. Why go without food? Because your filter needs to be cleaned. You can't change the liver out, or at least I don't recommend it. So, how about you stop putting stuff in it and pour the water through it so that you can cleanse it, and the rest of the body will work better. Now, with hydration, it's very important that you drink. Number one, you want to drink spring water. That's going to be your best type of water. And then you want to put these things called pH drops in there. Now, pH drops are your electrolytes. They alkalize and they hydrate. Now, with that said, why is that also important? Okay, for instance, the body has to maintain an alkaline state for us to stay alive, bar none. That's how it is. So On a pH scale, on the top you have 14. This is extremely alkaline, right? On the bottom you have 0. This is very acidic, like battery acid. 7 is in the middle. To be alkaline means to hold oxygen. To be acidic is to drive oxygen out. The blood maintains 7.3 to 7.4 for you to maintain life. That means it has to stay in an alkaline state. Water should be about 7. Spring water should be a little over 7. Distilled water will be a little under. Now, with that said, if you put in something like a soft drink, which is 2.4 on your pH scale, what does that do? Well, now your body has to pull all your alkaline minerals, your calcium, magnesium, potassium, phosphorus, boron, MSM, out of your bones, out of your joints, giving you osteoporosis, osteoarthritis, making you more susceptible to cancer, to develop cancer, stopping this stream up and clogging those filters up. This is why we want to stay away from acidic things, especially soft drinks and stuff like that. So soft drinks are, if you shake it, it blows up. That's a bomb. That is not a drink. Stay away from that. That's why people get osteoporosis. People have all types of problems with acidity. There are innumerous disorders caused by making the body acidic. Now, you want to put your pH plus drops in there to alkalize your water and to add electrolytes. If you drink distilled water all the time, you will dehydrate and you will demineralize your body. Water needs minerals. Put those in there and you will actually hydrate the body instead of dehydrate the body. Now, when fasting, you put the alkaline water in, but that's all. Fasting is anything over 16 hours of not eating. So it's pretty easy to sleep 8 hours and wait 8 hours before you eat. But really, you need to do 24 hours at least once a month. And 72 wouldn't be a bad idea, at least twice a year. For your filters to cleanse, for your pancreas to produce insulin properly, and it to clean up, for your kidneys to recharge and be able to get all the toxins out of them. Because the kidneys, like the liver is the filter for everything you eat, the kidneys are the filter for everything that goes through the bloodstream. Now, MSM plus C will further help there. You can use NAC for the liver, or IP6 or IS3 with IP6 with milk thistle, or IS3. Milk thistle vasodilates the liver so that toxins can be released and gotten out of the system. IP6, inositol hexaphosphate, binds to a lot of those toxins that are caught up in the liver and takes them away and allows the liver to heal, because the liver is the most unique organ of the body in that the whole thing will rebuild if we quit doing what we've been doing. It can be destroyed down to 1 square inch and the whole liver will rebuild if we quit putting bad stuff in there. So it's the only organ of the body that will do that quickly and in, a short period of time. That's why we say God loves alcoholics. You know what I'm saying? Now, there are 2 things that we absolutely know will extend the life of any animal, humans included. One of them is temporary starvation, fasting. Numero dos is physical stress. It's best if that physical stress includes picking up some heavy things, especially if you want to lose weight. You will burn more calories by lifting weights and staying sore than you will running for half the day and not getting sore. The reason being is you burn calories while you lift weight, and your metabolism is raised the whole time you have a sore muscle, and the muscle that is created will burn calories to stay there as long as you're using it. You know what I mean? So now, basic eating versus clean eating. I recommend that people eat very basic if they want to be healthy. What is basic eating? When you eat meats, you eat meats. You wait at least 30 minutes before you eat vegetables. When you eat vegetables, eat vegetables. Wait at least 30 minutes before you eat fruits. When you eat fruits. Wait at least 30 minutes before you eat, and you do it like that. Breads. The reason we do this is that's the way the body was created to digest and absorb energy from food. It makes it very simple. And it the clarity of thought, the energy, and the process that the colon uses in staying regular, that'll all balance out if you eat basic. Clean eating is eating things the way that they were intended to be in nature. Basic eating is taking clean eating to the next level. Okay? So, number 6 is detox. Detox is wildly important, which means if you're not going to the bathroom every day, you better do something about that. The colon is 26 to 38 feet long, and every time you eat, you should be going to the bathroom once or twice a day, once a day being the minimum. The reason being is if you take a bunch of food, you crush it up, you put it in a wet environment, and you leave it there, how long does it take before that gets nasty? Do you want that in your body? No. You need that to go. So you need to be pooping as much as you're eating or you're collecting toxins. And if you've been doing that for a while, there's some stuff called moving experience. They call it that for a reason because you will have a moving experience. That helps to get everything moving properly. And then you need fibers to break the things up in the colon. MSM also will help to hydrate and break up the fecal matter in the lining of the colon. If you have diverticulitis or you have Crohn's or lupus or something like that, be a good idea to get some MPS on top of that. But those are originating in your colon. Diverticulitis is one of the worst in creating a pocket of bacteria that won't leave. It's like your appendix, but it's created its own appendix in your colon for bad bacteria. We have to get rid of that. In order to do that, you have to get rid of all the stuff on the lining of the colon. So then next, what we do is you will want to look at disease management. Now, this is if you're not doing these things, this is what's going to happen. You're going to get diseased or disorders. Oh, I skipped one right there. Supplements and what's not in our foods. Here's the reason that you need supplements is when you go to grow a food, right? Let's say that you are going to grow, I don't know, any type of plant. I don't know about you, but whenever I go to the store to get fertilizer, I get NPK or something like that. Those are 3 of the trace minerals necessary for the plant to grow big and strong. There are 74 trace minerals that are necessary for your plant to produce the vitamins that the person needs when they eat the plant to maintain health. So think about it like this. You have 74 trace minerals that help the plant to create the vitamins. That is the raw materials that your body needs to continually rebuild. The reason we die of degenerative disorders today is we degenerate early because we have a lack of vitamins, minerals, amino acids, fatty acids, simple sugars, protein, water, or air. If you have those in the right amounts, what happens is the body can regenerate for a long period of time without disease and without a disorder of the raw materials to rebuild. The body likes to heal. It likes to rebuild at a cellular level, provided it has those raw materials. What do you want to do since we're obviously not going to get it in our food? You supplement. One of the main and biggest things that we don't get in our daily diet is MSM. MSM comes down in rainwater. It permeates our fruits and vegetables. It literally is supposed to be in every meal that we eat, and it's supposed to be the 4th most abundant molecule in the human body. What happens whenever the 4th most abundant molecule in the human body is no longer there? Well, you start to get joints that are dried and they don't perform well. You lose cartilage more quickly. Your cardiovascular system becomes hardened. You start to get cracked and bleeding arterial walls that will eventually stop up with um, cholesterol causing a blockage. Your hair and fingernails won't grow as fast. Your skin will get wrinkly. You'll get dehydrated. Your colon will get stuff around the walls of the colon and it won't get rid of that. You won't go to the bathroom every day. And eventually, all this is going to lead to your destruction. MSM, being organic sulfur that comes down in rainwater, permeates your fruits and vegetables. It stays in there only about 12 hours after we pick them. So if you're like me and you go to the produce store to get your food, it's been more than 24 hours since that food got to that store, right? That means we have zero methylsulfonylmethane left in those foods, so we run deficient. It's important that you supplement with that. Now, one of the things that it's going to do is it's going to start in the esophagus, balancing out pH levels. So acid reflux, indigestion, heartburn, high in artery, things like that are generally gone within 2 to 3 weeks. It then goes into the stomach, helps to break down foods properly. It goes into the colon, helps you to absorb your nutrients the way you're supposed to. Puts elasticity back in the colon so that it functions properly. It helps to break down the fecal matter in the lining of the colon. So you get rid of that to help prevent things like diverticulitis. It then goes from there into the bloodstream, rehydrating the cells in the bloodstream so that you can have fluidity, which leads to detoxification. It also will help to hydrate the liver and get rid of toxins there. It will then go from there from the bloodstream into the joints, lubricates the joints like a WD-40. It has been studied and shown to be more effective than Celebrex at relieving joint pain, according to a double-blind controlled placebo study, with none of the negative side effects. It will then put the elasticity back into the arterial walls so they can flex and bend properly so that you prevent things like hardening of the arteries and blockages. It then will go from there into the skin, helping the skin's elasticity, so helping to hydrate the entire body, and then it will help the hair and fingernails to grow faster. Now, it won't regrow hair, but it will make them grow faster. So those are the basic things that MSM benefits, and that's why we need MSM. But you need MSM from about 6 to 10 grams a day. That's 6,000 to 10,000 milligrams, along with the vitamin C to activate it, because MSM without vitamin C can't be activated to work. You can get all of this in one product called MSM plus C. You can find on News Farms, but that would be the number one thing I would take no matter what. That way, we're getting what God intended to be in our meals and back in our diet the way that we're supposed to. And it stays in your system about 12 hours, just like the fruits and vegetables. It stays in them about 12 hours after we pick them. Well, it stays in us about 12 hours, and we want that constantly in there. Now, the second thing you need to do is get you a multivitamin mineral. But here's the thing, a multivitamin mineral is made to give you a vast array of different nutrients. The only way this is going to work properly is if you change your multivitamin mineral about every 2 to 3 months. That way, you're getting a vast array of different nutrients, and it's not just certain nutrients. So that would be the other recommendation beyond your pH plus that goes in your water. You can get all this on newsarms.com. But those are going to be your essentials for health. Disease management, we come next. We ain't even going to go there right now. This has already been longer than I intended. And then to build muscle, it's real basic. You do this, and you will build a foundation of muscle. You don't do that, you're on your own. Newsarms.com. My name is Seth Williams. Like, subscribe, share. Remember that none of these products have been evaluated by the FDA. They're not intended to diagnose, treat, prevent, cure, or cause any disease. Please do not use anything without the advice of your healthcare medical professional, because God knows we're not smart enough to make our own decisions. All these products are manufactured in FDA inspected labs, which is the highest you can get for making good products. So everything that we say is on the label is in the bottle. That's the only guarantee that we make. We base all this off of the fact that we know the body likes to rebuild. We think it would like to, but it runs deficient of raw materials to rebuild, and that causes dis-ease and disorders. So this is just the raw materials that your body needs to do what it was intended to do anyway, because God is like way smarter than us, and he made this thing to last about 120 years without being in pain and suffering those 120, but to actually live well for 120. That's our belief. And if you want to see how that works, stick around. Let's see if I make it. So anyway, go to newsarms.com. You can get your products there. And any way I can help, my number is, well, 256-757-0660 if you want to order. If you've watched this long, my cell phone number is 256-497-0494. Like, subscribe, share. If you don't agree with anything I've said, please share this on your Facebook page so you can get more people that don't agree, so they can watch it and they can tell me why they don't agree. If you do agree with this, share with everybody you know so that they can also get healthy along with us, because we need, we need to build a clique here. That's my cell phone. Please text me before you call. That way we can set up a call if we need to. And when we text, you'll have everything in writing, and that way we don't have to go over it 2 or 3 times. You know what I mean? So thank y'all. Any way I can be of service, that's my job. I'm here to serve you. That's the only way my business exists. So appreciate you. Love you.